Detroit's music industry, especially Motown built by Berry Gordy, started with a staff of musical artists who were all musically literate. Every one of them had been taught to read music through the Detroit public school system from the first grade through high school. But with cuts heading for performing arts departments in public schools, future musicians could soon be left without a place to hone their skills, possibly forcing venues such as this one to close their doors.
What has happened is that people have been brought in who understand economics, but they don't understand the power of the arts to educate beyond the subject matter. So the result is that many people who do not respect the arts beyond their entertainment value, see no value in its being included in the broader education of children, young people. The focus now is on mathematics, it's on the sciences, it's on literacy. And the interesting thing is that music has always been associated with the sciences. From the medieval university, the quadrivium included music with arithmetic, astronomy, and geometry, because not of its aesthetic value, because of its mathematical structures. You can teach literacy through music, vocal music. You sing words. If the words are properly constructed in sentences, then children get a sense of what it's like to speak a proper sentence. Mathematics is represented in basic ways because of the rhythmic meters that music is constructed around, the mathematical skeleton, so to speak. You can teach anything through vocal music. You can teach history, whatever.
If music education really is this beneficial to students, why are school districts still choosing to make these cuts?
It's economically difficult right now, especially with legislative initiatives in Lansing that are looking at all of the arts, not just music, but the visual arts, the dramatic arts, as something that is really not important, has no impact on our culture. And we're in this new realm now of testing, and there's just no money to be had. Now, our economy in the state of Michigan has been in the tank for several years. Funding for schools are based on sales tax. Sales tax revenues are down because people aren't spending any money, because we have a new way of funding education. And so when an administration looks at a school district, they look and say, what can we absolutely get rid of that is a little expensive and not affect our test scores? And I would say to you that that is probably very short-sighted.
Why do public school students like the performing arts? We talked to Stephen Frontrath, a student at Fraser High School and a member of the Fraser Performing Arts Career Academy, to find out why music is so important to students in public schools.
Music is very important because it gives students something to strive forward to in school, because not many students that I know are very interested in math or science. They're not very excited to go to that class, but people on the other hand are excited to go to classes like band or choir and stuff like that.
All of the famous Motown artists studied music education in Detroit's public schools. This got us to thinking, how does removing these programs affect future musicians? We went to talk to the education coordinator of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, Mr. Michael Spiegel, to find out.
The goal of a public school music program is not always necessarily churn out professional musicians. We want music to be part of and music already is part of every person's life already. And the same way that you need to be educated on how to balance a checkbook and how to write a good essay, you need to understand the effects that music and this art can have on you. I mean, you know, advertising in music is a huge industry because it has real psychological effects on children, on teens, on adults. And part of a music education is developing the vocabulary and the artistic know-how to know what these forces are and how they're affecting you. So it's not just the fact that future musicians it's becoming, it's barriers to producing future musicians. It's that students who want to be economists and doctors are missing out on a crucial piece of their education as basic human beings.
Reporting for the PBS Student Reporting Labs in Fraser High School Broadcast Journalism, I'm David Corbat. We'll see you next time.